So look directly at the camera if you can.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and whenever you guys are ready.
Why did you found Diversio, and what is your mission?
So I'm actually going to ignore it. It's actually a really bad question, so I'm going to say something a little bit different.
Yeah.
I know I wrote it, so I can say
for
that.
sure.
So Diversio is a technology startup that is helping companies overcome their diversity challenges. So we partnered with the Young Presidents Organization and the Women's Forum to pilot this new technology that's helping companies identify what their specific bottlenecks are from an inclusion perspective, and then very tactically, how do they overcome them?
Could we redo the first? How did you find Diversio?
Yeah.
Just like a little warm, like very like.
Warm? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm we might have to do this again tomorrow. I'm
Yeah.
sorry for your luck. So Diversio is an AI startup that is helping companies to overcome their diversity challenges. And we do this by essentially using machine learning technology to help companies understand what are their pain points, what's preventing them from attracting, retaining, advancing diverse talent, and then very tactically, what can they do about it? So what kinds of innovative tools and solutions and programs and policies are helping their peers really overcome some of these difficult challenges? Good. Anything else I should do again? Are there any holes that I might need to fill, do you think?
Yeah, there may be. So.
Oh, probably something around like the AI piece.
Maybe something around, connecting to her idea that those are the jobs of the future.
Yeah.
And that, AI is the future in a sense. Like AI is, it's important to be a leader in that space. And
oh, you know what?
connecting
I'm
to
even build
you.
on like, because I think I could probably film some role that would just go on our website. So I could
Okay.
say something around like, it's really important for us to, as we solve challenges related to bias,
Mhm.
to make sure that we're not biased ourselves. So we've, put together a team that is over 50% women. It's 60% immigrants who have come from all different continents. We speak more than 10 languages. We have different backgrounds in computer engineering, law, creative arts, technology, and we all bring really different views to the table.
Could you say that again, looking just at this camera?
Oh, shoot, yeah, okay. So we're using artificial intelligence to help companies overcome some of their hardest challenges around bias and sponsorship and networks and flexible work. And it's really important for us as a team to reflect the kind of company that we're trying to help create, which means bringing in 50-50 men and women, which means, recruiting different ethnic backgrounds and cultural backgrounds and, different educations and different interests and different passions, so that we have a really rich discussion around the table about how do we use technology in a way that's innovative and helps solve real problems. That was fine. Anything else I should say about like the Diversio story, or?
Would you be able to just say, like, just answer that question in just like a couple lines?
Yeah.
That way we can break it apart. Like what you just said, if we could just break that apart, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So start with
And
yeah.
World challenges.
Okay.
Rather than just like difficulty. I think you said they were just like difficulties.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you didn't
I have a
say
hard time
holes,
with
yeah.
challenges because my lisp. So I wonder if there's another word. Problems.
World's greatest problems.
I love that. Okay.
Perfect.
So I founded a company called Diversio, and we're using technology and artificial intelligence to help solve some of the world's biggest problems. And our broadest mission is we see a world where nobody feels excluded, whether it's because of their gender, whether it's because of their ethnic background, their sexual orientation, whether they have a disability. We see a world where diversity makes us all stronger, and it makes us, generate better business results, better social outcomes, better political discussions. And we think that now is really a moment in time where we have the data, we have the commitment, we have the technology capabilities. All it really takes is tying it together and a few bold role models to really help make it happen.
Now talk about your diverse team.
Okay. we believe strongly that, be the change that you want to see happen, and that starts with our team. And so we've put together a team that's 50% men and women. We have, more than, oh shoot, that was good. I'm trying to remember our stats because I don't want anyone to go and look it up online and be like,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
So we believe at Diversio, it starts with us. If we're trying to help companies and organizations achieve diversity and inclusion, that we need to reflect that on ourselves. And so we've put together a team that's 50% men, 50% women. We have 6 different ethnicities represented. We speak 10 different languages. We all have different degrees and backgrounds and perspectives. And I've seen the value of that around the table. My team will come to me with ideas that I never would have thought of. They'll consider markets I never would have entered. And they'll come up with solutions that I never would have gotten to myself. And I think we all feel that way. And so reflecting on our own experience helps us as we build the technology that we then bring to our clients and bring to organizations to help them tackle the same challenges that even as a small company we still face.
And then talk about how the beauty of having a diverse roundtable and how thinking about it's not just the smartest people in the world around a round table. It's the most diverse. What I'm trying to say is the most diverse team around a round table will help solve the greatest world problems.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. One thing that I hear often is people worry that diversity is a threat to meritocracy. And sometimes what I hear is, it's most important to me to get the smartest people in the room thinking about solutions to problems. What I personally have found is that it's not just about smart people, it's about smart people with different perspectives. And we find that when we sit together as a diverse team who all come from different countries of origin and speak different languages and have studied different things, you bring almost any problem to the team and they'll come up with some sort of creative solution. And I honestly don't believe that any of us could get there on our own or could get there with people who just look and think and talk and act like ourselves. Any other nuggets?
I'm just thinking of wording.
Yeah, tell me to. Yeah, I'll just say whatever you think. I'm sure that's too long too.
I'm just thinking diversity, corporate growth.
Right.
Like new mindsets challenging each other, which help bring out new ideas that help solve some of the greatest problems. If we had the same people working together, we wouldn't have the same results. There's magic in that celebration of diversity that brings forth innovative ideas that we wouldn't have if we didn't have that diverse circle.
Yeah. So maybe we say something like, what I've seen work well with our clients and what I've seen work well in our own team is when we get different people throwing different balls in the air, and then we see those mixed together and end up in a solution. Oh, that was weird. When you're inventing an analogy and you're like, that's an interesting.
Well, I guess the analogy is literally the difference is, compare the two. Compare the two. Compare what's not working and what does work. So currently we have.
Oh my God! Wait, I think what you're getting at is listen, progress has stalled.
Yeah.
With the status quo, it will take us 200 years to get to gender parity.
Correct.
If we can create diverse teams to tackle that kind of problem that previously has been intractable,
correct.
Can you imagine what kind of solutions we could come up with?
Right. I like that.
Do I need to do it again, or?
If you can.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think diversity and inclusion is without a doubt one of society's hardest problems. The World Economic Forum predicts 217 years to gender parity. That's not even to start talking about, sexual orientation or disability. Can you imagine the kinds of solutions we could come up with and the kinds of progress that we could make if we brought diverse views to the table?
Perfect. Now we'll go into the magic that happens in basically a diverse universe within a corporation, within corporations in general, and the ideas that come from that. It's all about sharing ideas, and when you have a diverse platform, I guess, like diverse minds all around it, you're gonna innovate.
Right.
And I think it's important that you talk about, right now, like, we're at a standstill. And the more diverse we become, like, we have the facts, we have the results. You could even just compare the two.
I wonder, because I want to speak from like a position of authority for myself, and I think that what I can speak to with credibility is like, listen, we have taken on as a company the challenge of diversity and inclusion.
Yes.
And
I want you to say that.
Okay, kill it.
We have taken on just what you just said.
Yeah. So we as a company have taken on the challenge of diversity and inclusion. And I do believe this is one of society's hardest problems, and we're at a standstill. And, the only way that we're going to make real progress is to come up with the most creative solutions. And the best way to get creative solutions is to get different perspectives, playing off one another, bringing up new points, challenging one another, and ultimately landing on the right answer, or the answer that nobody's thought of before, or the experimentation. And so that is what our platform is designed to do. It's designed to help, give companies and clients a framework so that they can start to experiment and start to test and start to learn, and then seamlessly share those learnings with one another. So at the same time that they're seeking to promote diversity, they're engaging in a process where diversity is really baked in.
And then you could maybe say, I don't know, if you want.
Yeah.
Think about the future of diverse roundtable discussions. Like,
yeah.
Think about the magic that can
I love that. But like, what if it's something like, imagine a future where
that's where the magic happens.
Yeah. What about something like, imagine a future where every panel discussion, every government roundtable, every corporate boardroom is reflective of the society that's trying to serve, or too loud.
Can you start that, but just look right at
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. But that was great.
Okay. So imagine a world where every boardroom table, every government roundtable, every panel, every workshop was reflective of the community that it's trying to serve. Imagine the kind of solutions that we would come up with. Imagine the kind of progress that we would make. Imagine the kind of buy-in that would already be baked in. I mean, we see a world where everybody is part of the decision-making process and everyone is part of the solution, but we do need to be thoughtful about how we do it, and we do need to be committed, and we need to find the data, and we need to act on it. And quite frankly, it's not something that any one company or organization can do on their own. So our technology is designed to help companies learn from one another.
That was beautiful.
Good?
Yes.
Okay. You got me there. Yay.
And then,
I hope it's okay. The more diverse and the more, or tell me when you're ready.
Yeah.
The more diverse and the more inclusive all of these discussions are, that's where the magic happens. I might do that one more time just to make sure that we have it.
Just the tone of the beginning, I think.
A little bit.
A little warmer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. So the more diverse and the more inclusive our teams are, I mean, that's where the magic happens.
One more time, but I just need to stay locked on the camera.
Okay. So the more diverse and the more inclusive our teams are, that's where the magic happens.
One more time.
Mm-hmm.
Can we lengthen that a little bit? The more diverse, the more inclusive.
Our decision-making process, or
Decisions are being made. That's where the magic happens.
right.
We can practice.
Okay, yeah, okay. So the more diverse and the more inclusive the discussions are, where decisions are being made, that's where the magic happens. One more time.
Don't say in the beginning. Just go. The more diverse. Yeah. Yeah. You can spell first, just to make it like.
Okay. So the more diversity, the more inclusion that we have at decision-making tables and in any team room, that's where the magic happens. tone was a little bit
The
off.
biggest lie is one more time.
When you say
Yeah.
the magic happens,
Yeah.
keep looking at the camera. Like
Okay.
that.
Oh my God,
Because they wanna
this
see
is
the
not,
magic
yeah,
in you,
guys, I
you know?
love this, and theoretically, and another person that would be great, but this, I'm not gonna land this, but let's do it
And
again.
you want to be
Okay,
like
yeah.
not like a huge smile, but you kind of
Okay.
want to be a little bit of a
Smiling
smile.
with your eyes, like
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
like mommy look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the more diversity and the more inclusion that we have while we're making decisions and while we're working in teams, that's where the magic happens.
So we're gonna change that. So
Okay.
the more diverse.
Okay,
And-
that's where the magic
yeah,
happens.
And eye contact, just keep it on you.
Okay, and
Until the
right
end,
here.
even
Okay.
like a second after.
Got it. Okay. So the more diverse and the more inclusive our teams are, and our boardrooms are, and our government decision-making tables are, that's where the magic happens.
So at the end you go like this.
I know it's so
So just be
uncomfortable.
like,
Can't we just cut it?
or yeah, actually say this. The more diverse and the more inclusive we are, think about the ideas that can come from that.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So the more diverse and the more inclusive we are, think about the ideas that can come from that. That's where the magic happens.
Keep looking.
Keep looking?
I'm just.
Oh, okay.